Warning! There are flashing lights in this video and also Puyo Puyo. So much Puyo Puyo. I love shmups, shoot 'em ups, things which scroll and go pew pew, whatever you want to call them. But I've got to admit, sometimes they're a little bit difficult, hence the expression bullet hell. But of course its reputation has existed since the dawn of time. This game here, very very cute, but also very very evil. But this is a genre full of spectacle, in between the difficulty, which is why I love it so. But that doesn't mean there aren't any easy shmups. I would like to introduce to you today the easiest arcade shoot 'em up of all time. This is Karous, which means raven, and it is a game that is so easy that you don't really need to do much at all to get the 1cc, the 1 credit continue, or clear as it should be, but isn't. It was released in 2006 on Naomi, then a little later on Dreamcast. Fun fact, this was the very last licensed Dreamcast game, and it was developed from a company named Milestone, who had lots of experience when it came to Dreamcast shmups, amongst others. Which brings us onto a history lesson. Let's go back, way back. Once upon a time there was a legendary developer named Compile, and they had made many great shmups like Gunnak, Zanak, Overnax. Then there was Alesta, of course, and here is Super Alesta, which was a spiritual successor to Blazing Lasers, and here is Musha Alesta, which would spiritually inspire Spriggan here. But there was also another game series which Compile would become famous for, Puyo Puyo. The first game was more of a puzzle game than simply matching colours. Here you had to clear the board in as few moves as possible, but then it exploded a bit. There was the Puyo Puyo arcade game, Puyo Puyo on CD, Puyo Puyo without colours, Puyo Puyo Sonic game, Puyo Puyo Tiny Sonic game, it was even a Kirby game, and then there were more puzzles, many more puzzles, and then remade, and then super puzzles, so very very super. Of course we needed a sequel, then the easiest port onto the Mega Drive, then it needed to be super, and remixed, then to bring that on CD, too many colours there, that's taken away. Okay, back with the colours. Okay, no colour, but in widescreen. Next gen Puyo Puyo. What on earth is a Kitai ban? Enough for now, let's play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Let's lose some frames per second, what the? How about Advance Wars, can we do that? No, too dark, give me light. Next gen light, we need the sun. How about this Kitai ban? I need more bits, double it. Sega on Nintendo? Party time. No, Sega on PlayStation, that makes more sense. Sega on Game Boy Color? Yeah, why not? We're starting with them now. And back to the PlayStation, lovely graphics, but we can do better. Dreamcast, baby. And then there was the Rhythm Puyo Puyo, my new favourite character here. And here is a Puyo Puyo card dish RPG. And then their last game, Pochi and Nya on the Neo Geo, which was a bit like Puyo Puyo, but with cats. And during development, they declared bankruptcy. But before this Puyo Puyo hell, there was a schism. Lots of people, mostly the shmup side, left Compile and joined a company called Rising, and they would there create games which later would be declared classics like Battle Garega, Saucer Striker, Kingdom Grand Prix, Demahoo, Battle Back Raid, Armed Police Batrider, and also 1944 because why not? But others stayed, made Puyo Puyo and saw out the end. A few went on to create Compile Heart to carry on the legacy of Compile and make lots of Hyperdimension Neptunia games in all genres possible, but the rest created another firm called Milestone. No, not the ones from Italy that specialises on games with 2 wheels and also Hot Wheels, Milestone Inc. In the beginning, they made lots of shmups on Naomi, and all of these games were weird in their own little way, but they all had good gameplay and a great soundtrack. There was a bit of everything, a boss rush in Chaos Field, a caravan shmup in Il Velo, and a traditional shmup as far as that was possible in Radigi. And that speech was just to say the team knew what they were doing. Karous is not easy because the team were incompetent, but because they chose to make the game very easy, and gave players the choice in this screen here. Thankfully Google Translate works with cameras, all 3 sides. This is a beginner friendly mode, but how friendly is it? I don't need to do anything. I don't need to touch this controller. I can just sit here or make a cup of tea, then magically this game will come to an end. Really. For the entirety of this game I don't need to do a single thing. That's how easy this game is. This is the first boss. What can he do? Can he shoot at me? He can try. and fail. And of course there is a timer, so off he goes after a little bit of time. Bye now, and forwards we go to the next stage. All of this is possible because all of the shots are destructible. The weapons tend to be the same in Milestone games, a shot of course, and a bomb, and then there's a sword for close combat, but there's also a shield, and you can see that all of the shots which go towards me are destroyed by this shield, and there is a level up system. That means the more I use my shield, the more powerful it becomes. I'll show off a bit of normal mode to see how it should be played. These circle bullets I cannot destroy with my shield. I need to move out of the way, which of course are completely missing from easy mode, so when we get to bosses it can become a real challenge. So back to easy we go, and I'm still standing there waiting, drinking my tea, and this turtle thing has had enough and goes away. So I would never recommend this game as an entry point to the world of shmups, but if you're after your very first 1cc, then this here is the right game for you. Everybody has the ability, deep down inside, to beat a shoot 'em up game, just as long as you choose this game here. And here is the last boss. It's a building, something I've not fought since Shock Troopers 2, and what a building that was. This one here, it's alright, I'm going to drink more tea. Oh no, who'd have thought it? It wasn't a normal weaponized building. The true third stage boss was inside all along. And we wait a bit, and a bit more. He does things, my tea is now cold, and then he goes away. And we've won. But have we? Who remembers Tiny Toons Adventures Buster Busts Loose on the Super Nintendo? Same deal here. You cannot play all the levels unless you play on a higher difficulty. But still, all this entertainment for just one credit, can't complain. And to close this story, Milestone of course exists no more, the Japanese one, not the Italian one. Funny story, they missold corporate bonds of their sister company which dealt with bioethanol, so both companies had to close down. A tale as old as time. But the games lived on. Here is Radigi 2 from RS34. I have no idea what's going on and only a slight clue as to what I'm doing, but maybe in the future I can figure it out. But that is it for today. Thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed it, and until the next time, bye bye.